Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just want to focus here on the intraday price action. We've had CPI data released today that did lead to a little bit of an up and down move, short-term fluctuations, completely normal on a day like that. Not even anything significant, I have to say. And also Bitcoin's post-CPI pop here, slightly took out the previous high. On this chart here, the index chart, it doesn't really look like that much, but on some exchanges we've had invalidation of the 1-2 setup to the downside. Okay, so I've slightly relabeled it. It doesn't really change anything in practice. Also, as you can see, the Fibonacci resistance area I provided in the last video is still being respected. Okay, we had a wick above it, well, that post-CPI rally here, but we haven't maintained above the 78.6 retracement. So the 59K resistance area is relevant and remains relevant. Okay, we have a double top. That might mean we might get another small push to the upside here because on some exchanges, we have invalidation of that 1-2 setup to the downside, which could have set us up for more direct downside. But obviously on a CPI data day, sometimes you just get those distortions. So the overall scenario, however, hasn't changed at all. And that means I'm still watching the yellow wave count primarily until the white count proves itself. That doesn't mean I find the white count far less likely. I'm just not convinced yet. Because of this corrective choppy price action to the upside here, I see it as predominantly corrective. So the idea is therefore that in the yellow scenario, the larger wave 4 that started in March is still unfolding, and we only see a B wave rally now, which is unfolding as an A, B, C structure, and the C wave itself is a 5-wave move. So we might just get another small push with that latest post-CPI rally that we had. Maybe it needs that one more move up. Even in the B wave, possible, of course, okay, even possible. What I shared with you is we had a possible 5-wave move down, so we can watch resistance to see if we get a rejection here. So far, the resistance is being respected, but obviously, again, I have to change the count slightly due to that one more push that we've seen after CPI release. Again, bear in mind, this is only really the micro perspective here. Not really anything is changing until we get a break above 61,500, the larger resistance area, and until we get a 5-wave move up. Even if we break above resistance, I'm talking about the main level here at 61,480 pretty much, even then I need the 5-wave move up. If it's only a 3-wave move, there isn't anything clearly bullish. 5 waves up will confirm that a larger 4th wave bottomed here on the 5th of July. So that means in the yellow scenario, we could have topped now, maybe one more upside squiggle or so, or a few more squiggles to reach that trend line here, which already has 3 touch points. So I find it quite relevant. And then we could get rejected and start that C wave down. And if that C wave starts to the downside, ideally we don't break below 50.7K. Anything else here? Let me just double check. Also here you have a trend line, but I find these, it's 3 touch points. I mean, just pay attention to it. On these smaller time frames, sometimes trend lines can be useful. And before I forget, before we talk about the more bullish scenario, the DXY updates I provided on the More Trading Online channel, they are now only to be found on the MFO channel, More Forex Online. This channel has so far been used for Euro USD updates, but the DXY will now be here as well. So if you're interested in DXY updates, I just published one today. Register here as well. You'll find a link for this channel and all the other social media links and so on in the video description. But if you don't want to miss DXY updates, you must check this channel out because they won't be anymore on the MTO channel. So just want to make you aware because some people might have missed it. Unless you did read the newsletter, then you might have missed it because it's in the newsletter, but obviously not everybody is getting that. So looking at the shorter time frame bullish count, so short-term bearish we talked about. So we might have topped, okay, maybe one more high, but all of that, as long as it's just a corrective rally, it could be a B wave. In the more bullish scenario, we want to see upside continuation to at least 61,480. That is at least then a viable third wave in the white count. And if we then get another 4-5 pattern, then we have a first confirmation, a more solid confirmation that really a low has been established in this larger fourth wave. And then I have 5 waves up, and I can call that a wave 1, and we are going to add a support zone for the wave 2, which should then form a higher low, and you know the routine. A very, very slow price action today. Both counts still on the table. I'm watching the microstructures in detail at the moment, very, very carefully to understand when that next move down could be, could start to unfold. Again, maybe we've topped already, but we're still holding above the trend line. So I think for a first indication that really that move down has started, I mean, a first 5 down, 3 up move would be helpful. But then a break below 57,100 here, the Thursday low, intraday low basically, would be helpful. There's not much more to say really at the moment about Bitcoin. Really slow price action at the moment overall in the crypto space. So hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.